Alright, what is up, y'all? So I've got a non-Trick Room Kyogre team here. I'm doing a little bit of adaptation throughout the video, so I didn't really find this first adaptation to be too good. It was pretty good, but there was just some ways that it was lacking, so I did scrap this adaptation for a different final adaptation, which I'll include the rental team for when we get there. This first opponent played really well, I'll be honest. And so yeah, I mean, this first match is the one lost that's in the video, and I don't think it was unwinnable for me. I think I pretty much lost on turn one by making a bad play, but it was close. Oh no, it wasn't. It wasn't close at all. If I had made the right turn one, it could have been close. So, I kind of figured to myself that there was a really good chance Indeedee was going to protect this turn, but then some reason I decided that I would still max Airstream the Indeedee, and they do protect, and I should have double targeted the you know, whatever it is, the crossbow, because I definitely could have taken it out with a max Airstream, but instead they get up the Trick Room. So what I needed to do this turn, if I was going to make it any better, is protect and then max air, or max lightning the Necrozma. They still got a lot of damage off, though. Yeah. Origin Pulse would have probably picked up the knockout on Indeedee, which would have gone pretty far for me, I'll be honest. But the majority of the times that I've used Origin Pulse, I've missed. And not only that, I get double misses consistently with Origin Pulse, which is absolute garbage. For being an 85% accuracy move, you should not double miss more than you even hit. I've actually hit both people twice with Origin Pulse once. Most of the time I miss at least one person, and at least 3 to 4 times out of all the times I've used it, I've gotten double misses, which I have not even used it that many times yet. So it's garbage. And something that just got cut off there is I protected Kyogre. They went for Helping Hand Eruption, one-shot my Zapdos. So I was like, you know what they really need to do is switch out Torkoal right now. Smart. Very smart. Very smart. So I used Origin Pulse. They used Protect. I use Protect. Which didn't work for some reason. I am going to use Origin Pulse this turn and get a double miss, which is absolute garbage. Yeah, I didn't even show it, so let me go back to that really quick. Here is the new non-Trick Room Kyogre team that I came up with. Rillaboom, Zapdos, Whimsicott, Kyogre, Meowstic with the Fake Out Psychic, Thunderwave, and Trick, and Metagross. Kind of standard Metagross, but I have mine IB trained so that it has like really high special defense and defense, and you know, pretty good attacks and HP too. So you know, the thing's pretty good. We do have Protect on most of our people who would use it, and this first person is not. I know exactly what's gonna happen. Like, first off, you should never bring a team that's just 4 people and act like you're that confident in them not knowing what's gonna happen. But I was like, alright, clearly they're gonna bring Dusclops, Silvally, try to explode and set off the Trick Room. Like, yeah, I know. So what I'm gonna do is bring out Whimsicott, Kyogre, Protect, and Taunt. And I'll be honest, that first version of the team had like potential, especially with Drifloon having Strength Sap and Unburden with the Grassy Seed, and you know, it's really not a bad team, but it wasn't working as well as I wanted. And I can see how Rillaboom having Fake Out instead of Drain Punch could be nice, but like, Protect, Taunt, Explosion. They didn't get a single knockout, but they did knock theirself out. I'm sure that's not what they wanted. So we can Fake Tears the Dusclops this turn and just go for Water Spout again. Fake Tears will ensure the knockout and stop them from getting to do any Pain Split shenanigans. Yeah. So, I mean, you know, it was just entirely too obvious. Like, I knew what was going to happen. There was nothing, like, surprising about that. I think they could have sent out Vikavolt instead of Rhyperior, and just made me have to think about who I wanted to Fake Tears. But, yeah, that's all. So take your crying card home, because it's only Fake Tears. Okay, this game was crazy. This opponent played so well, like so well it's not even funny, and I almost lost. I really did. Somehow I decided, because of Water's absorbed Lapras, I was just gonna not even bring Kyogre, and I was like, okay, like, I'll make it work. Amoonguss, Lapras versus Metagross and Whimsicott. So I knew I needed to taunt this turn. The thing is that I wanted to be able to set up the Tailwind skill. So I actually avoided using Max Hailstorm, which might have been enough to knock out the Amoonguss, and in that sense it was a bit of a bad idea, but like I definitely wanted to get the Tailwind next turn. So I max quaked the Amoonguss, yeah, instead of Max Hailstorm. No. Does not look like Max Hailstorm would have done enough. Does not at all. So, I mean, there's that. So, I knew that I wanted to max Hailstorm and Tailwind this turn, and I felt like that was pretty safe because even for whatever they might switch in is kind of out of threat. Like if it's Landorus, it's threatened by Max Hailstorm. If it's whatever, you'll see what they switch in. They switch in Galar Moltres, which, well, I mean, that could have been bad for me, let's be honest. That could have been really bad. Slight little animation gets cut off here because what happened after it was really long. And I critical hit the Moltres. Knocked it out the box. They did not want that to happen. Yeah. Meowstic. Yeah. So what I thought to myself is there was like a possibility that using Trick on the Lapras was a good idea. I did know that they probably had Zacian in the back, so I was like, honestly, maybe I just Psychic the Amoonguss and Max Hailstorm the Amoonguss instead of trying to eject button. What do? They make a very strong play, and they protect. I should have known. I mean, because they probably expected me to fake out them. That's when. So, I don't know. It probably would have been nice for me to eject button them and save the health of my people. Like, I could have not taken that hit. I could have brought out Zacian on the field. I could have started firing off some Thunder Waves, bada boom, bada bing. But, you know, if Amoonguss just starts putting my whole side of the field to sleep, like, that's not going to help either. And so, like, I could do everything to try to nerf the Zacian, but if my whole side of the field is sleeping, like, it's not great. So what happens here? I probably should have used Detect on Zapdos and Ice Punched the Amoonguss, just because obviously they're going to try to put someone to sleep. But I wanted to try to get this knockout. I thought I missed. Turns out, no, they just have a Cobra Berry, which kinda sucks. Like, I'll be honest about that. That sucks a lot. The Ice Punch does a considerable amount. It really does. But now Zapdos is asleep. I knew, like, yeah, I could use Protect, but I'm guaranteed to sleep for at least one turn. This was really hard. I felt like they might just Protect Amoonguss this turn. I felt like it was more likely they would expect me to not knock out Amoonguss and to try to Spore my Metagross. And I was like, I think this Ice Punch can do enough, honestly. Like, it's a gamble, but it looked just about there. It really did. Ice Punch. Picks up the knockout. That's what we need. It's not over, though. It is not over. Like, they played so well. This team really threw me through a loop. Aurora Veil wears off, so does my Tailwind. I knew that Meowstic has, like, no health right now, and so I was like, I could fake out the Zacian, let's be honest. What I feel like I should do is Protect Metagross this turn, or, like, use a single targeting move instead of Earthquake, and try to Thunder Wave the Zacian. Because if they're going to take out Meowstic, at least we can get that damage. Did I? Okay, I did Meteor Mash this turn. They Protect! Zacian! Super good move. Again, I was like, God dang it. Meteor Mash does a good bit. And not only that, we do get an attack rise. They are getting low. They are getting low with that Lapras, though. I think one Earthquake can knock it out. I was like, do I Earthquake? I mean, I don't have Tailwind anymore. I figured I would Protect and try to save the rain. Or, like, you know, make the rain go away. I Protect. Lapras protects. I'm like, what's Zacian gonna do, though? It uses Substitute. This dude's playing. This girl, whoever. They're playing super hard. And I was like, oh my god. And if I had used Earthquake that turn, at least I could have got rid of the Substitute they made. But instead, Sacred Sword takes me down to exactly half my health. Metagross has 163 health. That did 83. So exactly half my health. And what I need to hope for now is a low roll. Like, if that was a high roll, that would be nice. But I need a low roll. 4 health. Earthquake. +1 Earthquake. Bipped. Oh my god. Oh, I feel so bad for my Metagross. It literally did everything in this match, and like no one else did barely anything. But it worked. And yeah, if I had Earthquaked that turn, just like double Earthquaked instead of the Protect, I would have been in a better position. But that was pretty crazy. That was pretty crazy. So this next team does not have a legendary, we will say that. That definitely makes things a lot easier, but it doesn't guarantee anything. It really doesn't. So, Crobat, Goodra, solid lead. I decided that I was gonna Dynamax and Max Hailstorm the Crobat, and then fake out the Crobat. Now I keep forgetting that Crobat has inner focus. Hopefully I'll put that in my brain now. You know, Crobat has inner focus, okay? Don't try to fake it out. But, you know, I felt like I might have wanted to use Trick on the Goodra and try to eject button it, because it seems like a good Dynamax for them, right? And obviously it is, because they did it. So that was a little bit of a mistake. I was like, yeah, should have tricked the Goodra and used Max Hailstorm on the Goodra. You try to fake out Crobat. It doesn't work. Crobat uses Tailwind. Max Steel Spike. They must have Flash Cannon Goodra. That does not even do half my health though, luckily. But it does set off my eject button. Positives of that is that I can bring in Whimsicott and Tailwind this turn. So my Tailwind will last one turn longer than theirs. Scot-free. Scotch tape free. So yeah, I mean, it was a hard decision whether or not I wanted to Max Quake or Max Steel Spike or whatever. I basically just like looked at their party and I was like, let's just Tailwind and Max Hailstorm. But then I was like, oh, what if they have the weakness policy though? I don't know. But they do have Sap Sipper Goodra, which is a really interesting tech. But, I mean, like, why wouldn't you at least have a better move to set it off? Like, I know you have Absorb, but just use Giga Drain. Like, you're gonna get a random chance to actually do something. Oh, I actually used Max Quake again. Or, well, for the first time? So I used Max Hailstorm the first turn, Max Quake that turn, and then I'm gonna Max Hailstorm this next turn, the Goodra, which I was afraid of setting off its weakness policy. But the nice thing about using Fake Out is it puts Crobat in a really rough position. Like, Crobat can protect, it's going to go down to the hip chip damage. I can Fake Out, it's going to go down. Or they could switch it out. But I don't think, I feel like they're just going to, you know, they'll just let Crobat go down. Which they did. Steel Spike does more this time because of the attack bonus. So they must have like Iron Head, or no, Iron Tail Goodra, I would guess, actually. That does nothing. Fortunately, they do not have a weakness policy. Even if they did have a weakness policy, it wouldn't have mattered in the end. Like, you'll see how the game goes. And it just didn't matter, but... Kyogre is obviously the big threat on the field. You know, there's no denying that they're going to try to fake out Kyogre and you know, take it out with something. So, you know, protect. an Earthquake to get the Focus Sash break. Game-winning play right there. Sometimes you gotta get them to look the other way. Their Tailwind peters out. I still have Tailwind. Both of my people are the quickest people on the field right now. So we're gonna Water Spout. And we're gonna Ice Punch the Goodra. Switches in Chandelure to sack their own Chandelure. The Water Spout does not knock out the Goodra, but it does do a lot of damage. That Ice Punch is looking like it's got a little work to do, but I think it can do it. Yay! Oh, those defense boosts were really helping them out, though. Like, I was like, whoa. Should have tried to get a special defense boost when you got a chance. If you had an earth move. A ground move. So, you know, I learned from my past mistakes. I wasn't going to protect again. Certainly didn't want to use Origin Pulse. I was like, you know what? No matter what they do, Water Spout's going to do enough, and so is Meteor Nudge. So, cancel. And that is a Trick Room, not Trick Room. That's a not Trick Room Kyogre for you. And, you know, I don't feel that good about this team. I'll be honest. Like, it was fun to use. But, you know, I mean, I still wanted to share the code with you guys. And, you know, feel free to try the team. But I feel like there's ways in which it could have been better. I definitely do. I really enjoyed the Alchemy version I did, especially with Strength Sap. Strength Sap Drifloon can be really good, but they do have Stomping Tantrum. Okay. They probably would have got benefit out of that. Oh, they can actually trick their Choice Scarf away first turn. That's a really good idea. Well, that's what we got for this video. Hope you enjoyed. And, you know, I feel like next I want to go back and give my Sandrush plus Palkia team a chance, because we didn't get to see Dracozolt do anything, and I really wanted to, if I'm being honest. So, you know, we'll give it a chance to do that. And yeah, then I mean, I think once the new season starts, I actually want to try seeing how high on the ranks we can get with Trick Room Palkia, or I mean Trick Room Kyogre. So, you know, till then, y'all, hope you enjoyed.